a seat. All of you, take your seat. No, only the ones that are supposed to present are here. You're here, perfect. So, the first team, what was it? The first to choose was... You? Lovely. Okay. So, you have 3 minutes, please present. Which were your 2 words?
Panda and lungs.
Panda and lungs. So, applause for the team of Panda and lungs. Go on.
So guys, today we're presenting a system called Panda AI. So it's an artificial intelligence system, and it gathers data from doctors around the world for lung disease. So it's easy to create research, and we can easily predict outcomes of lung disease. And the AI part will be explained by my AI expert.
Yeah, my name is George. Hello to everyone. What we want to create is an app that receives data from multiple scientists, so it doesn't have to be a doctor, and gathers also analysis from hospitals, and this is the data layer that it will use to generate predictions or an outcome for different patients, and we have to let them supervise the neural network that will be used in the algorithm to solve this problem. So basically, they give it the supervision and the data that will be used from this algorithm to create predictions or to help them make a research or help them solve someone's problem, because there is not just one kind of lung disease, I guess.
Yeah, there's also types. So there's 2 main things we get out of this. The first thing is that we get research. So there's a problem worldwide that we don't have enough research and we can't get enough people to do the research with. So if we use this artificial intelligence and we have doctors worldwide using this app to put in some symptoms and outcome of a disease, we can gather billions of pounds of research on a disease that's very common. The second thing is we can have patients with an app, and you can use this to monitor the lung disease. So what we can do is, if a patient feels pain or something, you input the symptoms and it tells you if you should go to the doctor, if you shouldn't, and also if it's something like cancer, it can also predict how long you'll survive.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is always us. This is always us, yeah.
This is always us.
Very good. So applause for Panda Lungs. Good job, guys. Good job. I didn't heard that much of lungs word, but it was somewhere there.
Used it twice.
Oh my god. Oh
That's
my
enough.
god. Okay, the second team, which were your 2 words, guys?
So 2 words for tomato and on demand.
Potato on demand. Okay.
Yeah, understandably we don't have a lot of potato.
But
We have on demand. So our plan is to...
Can I please?
Yeah.
So, as I'm a psychiatrist, and we often hear about our patients, he's a vegetable. One time potato also was mentioned, I think. But our project is for psychiatric patients, and in our case, like our first pilot product will be for drug addicts. What we want to do is to digitalize diagnostic tools and to make the whole process of gathering and evaluating data we have from our drug addict patients, my patients that I'm working on a daily basis, collecting that data. That's the first step. First, it's convenient for the researcher because he has a convenient way to reach that data he already gathered and to make conclusions. But collecting a big data is crucial for the next step. We might be not able to do it on this startup weekend, but it's going to give a good basis for creating a computer modeling of drug addiction. Because we were lucky that the scientists before us found that drug addiction is not an impulsive behavior. It's a strict, organized, following a model behavior. So having that in mind, we can gather enough data and then analyze that data and then predict, okay, he's my patient, he comes to me, I give him methadone or buprenorphine or whatever the hospital tells me is cheaper most of the times. So I can tell, okay, should I or do I know enough for this patient to know that that treatment will be successful? That will, first, for academia, it's nice to have that digitalized tools because it's easier, it's convenient. It will make all of us PhD students really, it will be better for us. Second, what's the second? It's good for the hospital and for the government because it won't spend money on something that won't work. Like, imagine I start a treatment that happens to me all the time. He comes to me, okay, I want to give up heroin. That's great, I support you. I start the treatment, and 5 days later he's down there and completely high. So why we spend all that money? Why the government, why the health ministry spends all that money for something that won't work out? We need to do something prior to that, before initiating the treatment that costs money. So he's my technical backbone. He will explain a bit more how to do this.
Yeah, basically, currently in Bulgaria, all the, let's say, records of patients and everything, it's as far as I was told, it's on paper. So having all of that data on one place, basically we can have much more appropriate statistics of everything going on. Doctors and everyone involved in the medical condition of the patient can deduct what's going on, what's going wrong, much more easily, and we will have all of this data accessible and open source to all the doctors around the world. So basically, if we get more people on the platform, we'll get much more accurate statistics, which is why, as the bigger this thing gets, the more accurate it will be. And that's basically the math principle of all this is why I'm going on with the idea.
And one more thing, because then it will say you didn't use potato twice in your presentation, I can guarantee you that my patients can find a vein on a potato as well. They're done. Thank you.
That was a team potato on demand, and the next team to go. He had which 2 words did you have?
3D monkey.
3D monkey. Okay, applause for 3D monkey.
What's the problem? There are thousands of people in the world that are lonely. They don't have friends, don't have family. And we invented 3D Monkey. What's 3D Monkey? 3D Monkey is a machine, robot, that you can control over the internet or online through the app. It's broadcasted everywhere with wrestling, but you can buy time controlling that machine, and like your monkey, you can ask this machine to do whatever you want. You can smash something, you can play with it, you can talk with it, something like this. And everything this is like a big reality show that is based on the 3D monkey that you can control. And we think that our business model is really cool because even you can buy time, but you can beat, because there will be thousands of people wanting to be in control. And that's it.
Very good. Okay, and the last team for tonight, which 2 words did you have?
So we chose, actually one was chosen for us, so.
Which were they?
One word was train, the other one was communication. So
Train
we have
communication.
situations-
Okay, applause for train communication.
So when you get a situation like that, you adapt and you do the best you can. So we decided to make what we call Train There. It's basically whoever travels on a train often. Who have you traveled on a train before? Have you ever felt lonely on the train?
Yeah.
Thank you. So we decided to develop a new social network which functions specifically for trains wherever you feel alone. You can log in and find people with similar interests on the same train traveling with you. It uses local beacons to collect data. Of course, it asks you in advance to collect basic Facebook data so it can follow people with similar interests in the train traveling with you, and then provides a new field of communication where you can connect with the other person and then just decide on where you want that relationship to carry out to. Also, it's a free app, but for us to have some form of revenue, it will be containing different forms of ads. We will try to keep it as least annoying as possible, and that's pretty much it. We decided that the app could be launched initially in the Bulgarian market, since we're operating from here, and then it won't be difficult at all to launch it on a more global scale.
Very good. Applause for training. Very good. You can all take your seats now. You did a really great job. So you see how just for a couple of minutes, as you don't know the people, you suddenly realize who is the leader in that group. You were treated with 2 bad words. That's usually how happen in life. A lot of things don't go the way as they're supposed to or as we expect them to. And you anyway managed to create a startups that actually make some sense. So I'm really looking forward to see what your ideas that you'll be pitching will be. So this weekend you will ideally have met a co-founder. So here in this room will be your partner in crime in the next couple of years startup. You will learn new skills. You'll be surprised how many new skills you will learn for 54 hours. How to customer validate, how to prototype, how to persuade, so many things you'll find. You will validate your idea. How many of you have an idea? Wow, quite some, very good. So this is a great opportunity for you to pitch your idea and that idea to get validated by other people, to go out on the market, to use the resources of these brains in this room that instead of being at Plaza throwing napkins are here and actually developing startup ecosystem. So that's a great opportunity to validate your idea and build a team. You know, the ideas comes and goes. The idea costs 10% of every startup. 40% is the background of the team. So you're a lawyer or developer or designer, and 50% is the execution. So if you're a good team, the idea is just 10%. You may change the idea will evolve. I mean, Nokia, for God's sake, was a paper factory before they started making phones, and they went through a couple of different stages. So any idea evolves, remember that. And I have to say a little bit about Startup Weekend. Our mission is to inspire, really, and to teach, and to give you the opportunities and tools to create your own startups. Startup Weekend is part of TechStars, so it's one of the programs of TechStars. And it's been going since 2003, so how many years that was? And in Europe, this year we made 10 years since the first Startup Weekend in Europe. And can you imagine in which country was the first Startup Weekend in Europe? Yeah. No. I really wish, but no.
In Norway.
Who said France? Very good. Applause for the guy. Do you know the city? How do you know it's France?
From the city, I'm gonna guess.
Paris.
Lyon?
It's Paris, yeah.
Okay, Paris.
But was it just a wild guess, or you knew that it was really in France?
I knew that it was in France, but for the city, I have no idea.
Very good. So since then, there are more than 2,000 alumni around the world. There are so many volunteers that help this city to happen, and it's been organized in more than 800 cities. The number is growing every time. So if you go around the world, if you go in any startup community, and if you say to the people that you've been to Startup Weekend, I'm sure you will immediately find friends there. And you know, we're like a sect, we're like a community. So, I should say we're like a community, but so that strong community as a sect. In a good way, of course. So yeah, make sure you'll immediately find friends. They'll be able to help you out. They'll meet you and introduce you to the right people you'd like to meet. We're a really strong community around the world, so don't forget that. Once you meet a Startup Weekend, you are part of this community. And just to give you an idea what's happening at the moment. So we're in Bulgaria, the green pin over here. These are the Startup Weekend happening this weekend around the globe. So see how massive this is. And we're here, Varna, the youth capital is on the map as well. I don't hear any applause, that's impressive. Yeah. And now is the question to ask you, what edition of Startup Weekend in Varna is this one? Yes.
Third.
7? 15?
10.
5.
12?
7,
11?
0.
8,
That's proposal.
9.
Come on,
10?
Who said 9? Very good. Applause for these people. So 9 digits here in Varna. So we at Beehive, a main organizer of Startup Weekend here, believe that every city or every country should have their word. If the word water is the word of Norway and everything that their economy and industry is doing around water, like fishing and oil and pure water and so on, we believe that Varna should have also its word. And we were not sure which one to be, so we give Varna 2 words, and we decided, and then let the people decide which is going to be the word of Varna. The first one is a smart city. So that's why the first edition of Startup Weekend we're organizing every year in May is targeted for people that would like to create solutions for smart cities. But since 2 years, and now with the help of the Medical University and the Student Union of the Medical University, we can be here and we can do that for second edition, the HealthTech edition. So we believe that HealthTech is the second word of Varna. We believe that because we're having 2 strong universities here. We're having the medical universities with all its foreign students coming in with all this so much brain people that can cure something that we engineers, me myself as well, software engineer, don't really understand. And then we're having 5 universities, 4 of which are actually teaching IT. So this is a huge development capacity. So if we gather the medical people together with the IT people, which for sure can be the next health tech or the health tech city, because there is no one being labeled so far health tech city. So are we going to do Varna health tech city?
yes.
Thank you so much for that. I really hope so. I just had to present you the coaches that are going to be here tomorrow to help us out. So we're having Orlin Bokchev. He's going to be helping us with the marketing and a bit of business planning. Teodosiv, he was winner of the first Startup Week and been offered investment from the 2 of the Bulgarian funds, venture capitalist funds, but he rejected and he went to the Y Combinator, which is the biggest combinator or one of the biggest combinators, so he can give you a lot of help with the business planning and every aspect of it. Then we're having the best developer, or one of the best developer in the city. He's also in the room, Dimitri Danilov. And we're having Nikolai Milanov, who is going to join us tomorrow. He's owner of Effect Media, so everything in terms of design he can help. We are also very privileged that the jury is not on the slides.